Hello and welcome to the RPG Academy. I am Michael over here, and tonight we are going to play Dragonfire, the new D&D themed deck builder from Catalyst Game Labs. With me tonight, to my right, is Rocky. Rocky, tell everybody where they can find you on the internet.
I am at Laughin' Joker, LAFFINJOKER.
All right, and to his on his right is Brad.
Hey everybody, I'm at Force and Destiny.
And we're doing a little bit of a different setup. Obviously, we're going to try to make the game visible to you as much as we can. But with our camera setups, it is what it is. Hopefully, we'll try to explain things as we go. We're also leaving the air conditioning on tonight because it's kind of hot down here. So there's going to be a little bit more background hum noise than maybe you're used to if you're hanging out with us. So we're going to get started. So Rocky, why don't you give the overview to our non-existent viewers what we're playing and how the game works.
This is Dragonfire, which is if anyone's played Shadowrun Crossfire, it's very similar. They've improved on it a lot, I believe. And I really like the D&D setting as well that they've added. So the gist of the game is we're all going to face encounters, and it's a fully cooperative game. So we're all going to work together to try to overcome those encounters. And then if we are successful in doing so, we will earn experience as we get from scene to scene, and then hopefully we can complete the whole entire I don't know what they're called, quests or something, adventures. So hopefully we can complete the whole entire adventure, because if you do, you get a special bonus XP.
Right, hold on one second. I don't think we're live for some reason,
and we're unlive again
because I'm not seeing us on.
Man, I was flying through that. People were like, man, I know how to play already.
Really, I know, it's crazy. Interestingly, nothing's showing up in any of the mixers either. Do they normally show up in the mixer?
It's probably just a little bit lower. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah. Oh, no, we are live. Jay Thunderific says hello. All right, so I guess we are live. I didn't think we were, so we will go ahead and...
Hi, Donna. Welcome.
So once again, in case people are just now joining us, this is Michael from the RPG Academy. We're going to play in Dragonfire tonight. Again, to my right's Rocky, to his right is Brad. Camera setup isn't the most ideal, but we're going to try to make it make sense as we go. So we'll start over one more time, but Rocky, give the people an explanation of what we're playing.
Okay, so we are playing Dragonfire, which is an adaptation of Shadowrun Crossfire to the Dungeons & Dragons world. Personally, I'm a bigger fan of the Dungeons & Dragons world, so I like this a bit better. They've also made quite a few improvements on the Shadowrun Crossfire game. But basically, the gist of the game is that we're going to face several different encounters, and it's a fully cooperative deck builder, so we're all going to work together. And then one of the unique aspects of this is that instead of, in most deck builders, you discard the card that you buy, but instead in this, it goes to your hand, so you get to use it. You get the benefits almost straight away. So we are actually going to do the campaign, and so we're going to start the first mission.
Yeah, we played 5 times the other day. We played the quick start rules and then the dungeon crawl 4 times. We finally won the last time, though we weren't following the rules exactly right. We at the very end, we realized we were kind of hamstringing ourselves a little bit, so this should be, I don't say easier, but it shouldn't be as difficult.
Which means what we actually did was played incorrectly 4 times. And part of that I put on Catalyst Games because they've released the quick start rules online, but they have not released the complete rules, which is frustrating. So we'd read the quick start rules, so we played that. That worked out great. And then from there, we just guessed. But yeah, so basically... the biggest thing that we messed up on was you have a Dragonfire deck, which some people say that kind of represents the Dungeon Master in the game, and they kind of throw stuff at you. In addition to the encounters that you're facing, you also have to face the Dragonfire deck. When you play with 4 people or more, that's fine. Every turn you draw a Dragonfire card. When you play with 3 people, one person, which is going to be me in this case, I'm actually playing 2 roles. So I'm playing as the green role, which is the devotion role, and I'm also playing the martial role, which is the black role. And then Michael's going to be playing the arcane role, which is blue, and Brad is playing the deception role, which is red. So when you're the person who's playing two, instead of having the basic cards in their deck. So these are the basic cards here. Oh. You can see that. So those are the basic cards. They each just do 1 damage of the color, and you play those on your turn, and you can actually target anybody's monsters or encounters that are in front of them, and then the person who's playing 2 roles when there's 3 people gets to replace one of their cards with a bless. So the bless is a great card that. If I play that on my turn, it will do 1 devotion damage. But if I use it as an assist, it lets me do 1 damage of any color. And then because myself and Michael have played before and we were previously successful one time, we both have 1 magic item in our deck. I actually have a Detect Magic scroll, which allows me to consume it and draw 1 uncommon card, ignoring requirements from the magic item deck, and place it in your hand, return it to its deck at the end of the game. So it lets me basically play a little higher than the level that I actually am. And then Michael has a Burning Hand scroll. What's that one do?
It's consumable. It does +1 damage to all +1 to all non-basic arcane cards. So if I'm casting a spell that's arcane, it does 1 point extra of colorless.
So all of the cards I showed originally, the 4 cards are all basic, and then all the other basic cards are put back into the box, and you don't use them through the game. And then you have the market, which is here. So obviously the market's going to be different every time you play because you're going to randomly shuffle that, and you're going to deal out 6 of them. There are special abilities and stuff that might give you more or might give you less, but normally you're going to have 6 of them. And so each of these, they all have a cost in the corner. And we'll get to that. Like we end up, pay. It's a deck builder, so we're going to buy them. So,
yeah, I think that's probably good enough. You covered the roles that we're playing. Some of us do have some special abilities because I'm playing a Dragonborn. I have a breath weapon. So once per scene, if I don't do anything else, I can breath weapon the creatures in front of me, and it might do enough damage to hurt like tokens and such. And then because we played a couple times, Rocky and I, we actually have a couple advancements on our cards, which are represented by these stickers. Oops, that actually go on the card. This is terrible. So I have Pure Blood, which actually increases my dragon breath, and I'm a Hermit. And the Hermit lets me once per game, I can exchange 1 gold for 1 card. I can draw an extra card.
And then I just have the soldier background. When you do the starter rules, if you whether you are successful or not in completing that, after you do that, they say you're allowed to get a background for free. So I got the background of soldier, which allows me once per game during my turn, I can exchange 2 generic damage for 1 martial damage. So just gives me some other options to if I need that damage. Okay, so the adventure we're going to do is called The Wastes of Ancient Empire. This is An Ancient Evil Arises Part 1, and the flavor text says, monsters in the bones of ancient empires litter the Desserin Valley, and somewhere in these wild lands, Lord Tellem's son, heir to the Tellem's hold near Waterdeep, is in dire straits. A little bit of a spoiler alert. I have not been able to find this little book anywhere online because you're not supposed to ruin it for yourself. But this is the first adventure, so it's assumed everyone's going to get to this point in the game. So for this one, we'll read it. Maybe we won't read it for if we do any further adventures after this, but we're going to go ahead and read it because you should get the full experience. So for the adventure setup, we're going to use Wilderness 1 as the primary deck.
Is that orange?
This is he has the orange background or the orange sleeves, and then you can tell what it is by the little symbol in the corner there. It's a tree. You'll just have to trust me. So that's the Wilderness deck. So we're just going to shuffle that up, and that's going to be considered the first deck, and then the second deck is some harder stuff. This is the Adventurers 2 deck. So it has 2 of the little compass symbols.
Trusting. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Trust me again. So this mission has a lot, or this adventure has a lot of tokens in it as well, which we'll explain that when we get to them. All right, so place all encounter tokens next to the encounter decks. Michael's going to do the tokens, so they're next to him. Group by color and start the Dragonfire level at -1. Because there's 3 of them, because there's only 3 players, I think we're going to start the Dragonfire level at -2. So what that means is the Dragonfire deck is here, and like I said, it's just going to throw bad stuff at us. We're going to have 2 rounds where we're free of that, and we just have to face what's in front of us, which, as you're going to see, is going to build up real quick anyways.
Yeah.
So at the start of each scene, reveal encounters. There's going to be 3 scenes in this adventure. Reveal encounters as indicated in the chart on the back. So round 1 is going to be the number of characters. Round 2 is the number of characters plus 1, and round 3 is the number of characters plus 2. So right now there's going to be 3 encounters revealed because there's 3 of us playing, and so it's going to be taken from the. Okay, so first reveal encounters from the secondary deck equal to the Dragonfire level. So
which is 0.
We're not going to. That'll be in the later rounds where that comes into effect. But right now, so we're going to draw encounters from the thing. The first one, it goes by.
Its color, it's green.
Yeah. So what it means is the first one's going to go to the green player, which is me, and then
the next 2 just go around.
And then it goes around the left. Now the null pack actually starts with 2 tokens in play.
2 green tokens. And if there's a token, you have to destroy the tokens before you're allowed to attack the card. My Goblin pack also has 2 tokens.
This is going to be discussing when I read the next part about
Brad, do you have any tokens?
It doesn't say anything about that.
No. So his doesn't have any reveal abilities or anything like that. Also, the Null pack and the Goblin pack, both of those have Dragonfire levels on them. So basically, if the Dragonfire level was 4+, the tokens would be stronger, and if it was 8+, they'd be even stronger. So, and it's the same with his Goblin pack. The tokens get stronger if the Dragonfire level is higher. So right now we're good. We want to face them now when the Dragonfire level is low. So now we deal out tokens, and that's specific to this adventure. So at the beginning of scene 1, after all surprise effects are resolved, there were no surprise effects. Place tokens. We place 1 token, and it's going to be a generic one, and it's going to do 1 damage in front of each player for each non-location encounter facing them. So everybody's going to get 1 because none of us have a location. So we're each going to get 1, and then we place 2 additional tokens that are the same. They're going to be 1 generic and 1 damage each turn for each non-location encounter that matches. So this one matches my color, this one matches his color, and that one does not match his color. So
suckers.
What do you get on a pack of corrupted hyenas, gnolls?
No, you actually put 3 out.
Goblins wander into
3?
a bar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Here, hold on. Use these ones here.
We'll find out, I guess.
And now these are special tokens that normally with the token, you have to kill it first. These ones specifically say that after placing 3 or more tokens, not counting tokens from an encounter card, so it doesn't count these 2 tokens, but he and I both got 3 extra tokens. Then you may draw a card. So myself and Brad get to draw a card because we have 3 or more. His token is from his guy,
so they don't count.
So he only has 1 from this. So I start with 4 cards.
Wizard starts with 3.
And the rogues will start with 3, so I will have a hand of 4.
I also start with 4 gold, please.
Everybody got their gold?
Yeah, I have mine.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So I start with 9 health.
I start with 6.
6.
And 5.
Oh my goodness. That's even
You have
worse.
less than me?
That's less than the wizard.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Wow.
Well, I'm a small creature.
Oh, oh.
And the great news is that we have a bunch of tokens that are going to murder us every turn. So myself and Brad then get to draw an additional card. Okay, so those are the tokens. So the tokens for this round, they take 1 generic damage, which means you can play any color of damage, and it will kill
it's like
it.
colorless in Magic. It can be any color.
Yeah, and then each of these will do 1 damage to us if they're still around. So this Dragonfire token means I'm going to go first because I have the most health. So oh, I just completely skipped the part where it says read prologue 1. Okay, so now we're set up. So now we're going to read the Waste of Ancient Empire prologue now on page 2. All right, so the Desserin Valley, which is where it takes place at, and there is a little map on the rule book. Stunted brush and thorn-laden vines camouflage ancient foundations and work to reclaim broken towers. Burned land from a recent forest fire leaves charred bones for scavengers to pick through. Over a rise, hunting paths for the valley's scavengers twist and turn through briar thickets and poisoned berry brush. Too much blood spilled here. That's the common wisdom, and you don't have to look far for evidence. Eyes watch from the deeper shadows of the wilderness. The carcasses of hunted animals rot next to a stream. In the shadows of the tumbled walls, it takes very little digging to find the remains of bronze shield facings, broken blades, maybe a few ancient coins, and fresh bones. The relics draw scavengers of all races and reasons, and once captured by the valley, very few seem to make it back out of their own volition. What drew Lord Tellum's son to this godforsaken area? It's a question all of you are asking. Not that the answer really matters. After your heroic stand defending the village, which is the starter adventure, word arrived from local nobility that Christos Tellum, heir to the Tellum's Hold up near Waterdeep, was overdue from an excursion through the valley. Not only Christos, but 8 guards, Quellen the Arcane and Arden, a local ranger, as guide. It would be in our best interest and your beneficial gain were you to find the lost party. Duchess Daggerford herself signed the parchment, making it as much as an order as a request. But a single glance into the valley ahead guarantees one thing. It will be difficult traveling. Start adventure. Okay, so I was supposed to do that, then do the adventure setup, so that worked out well. So ending a scene. So the standard rules apply for a short rest after each scene. So one scene is these 3 encounters. Once these 3 encounters are defeated, then we get a short rest, and we'll go into that when we get there. And then completing the adventure is, once we complete the 3rd scene, then we've completed the adventure, and then we read, from that book again, we'll read the epilogue.
You got that, everybody?
Yeah, there will be a
Sweet.
quiz later.
Yeah.
This is the Academy, after all.
That's right. Pop quiz.
Okay. So,
As long as it's close, you're
Yeah,
okay.
I know. It's just
right now I'm going to take 1, 2,
Different.
3, 4, 5, 6 damage on my turn if I don't do something about all these things. So,
Well, you have 4 cards. You should be able to get rid of 4 of them
well, I have
anyways.
5 cards now.
Oh,
Because me and him got to draw next.
well, there you go. You should get rid of all 5 of your tokens.
So I'm going to do that. So in this game, the first step is to play your cards. None of these have special abilities on them. I didn't draw the Blessed yet, so none of these have special abilities. So I play them. I do their special ability. They don't have any, and then I deal damage. So I'm going to deal all 5 damage. So I'm going to deal one generic or 1 damage to each of these to take them out. Although I don't have to attack the ones generated from this adventure first, I do have to take these ones out before I can attack this null pack. So, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take this out because it's too much damage and be dead in my second turn.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then once I deal damage, then the encounter, I discard my cards, and then the encounter deals damage to me, so I take 1 point of damage, taking me to 9. And then I replenish. If I have 3 or less cards, I draw 2 cards, so I'm going to draw 2. Ooh, fancy. And then I can buy stuff. So I have 4 gold to start with, because that's my Dwarven Cleric. He's a shield dwarf, so he starts with 4 gold. I don't know if that matters. And I already know what I'm getting. I'm going to get Cure Wounds because, one, there's 2 of them out there. But,
Oh, yeah.
we learned that healing is amazing. So, Cure Wounds, only during my turn I can use it, and it heals any character 1 hit point. If you're the Devotion class, which I am, it also does 1 Devotion damage. So,
That's pretty
this
awesome.
is great for me, and it's going to go straight into my hand. So, and then I'm done. And so now, onwards to Michael.
All right. So since we played this once before, I think Rocky mentioned we were given a magic item. We can't figure out in the rules exactly how this works. I know it's supposed to go into my hand, but there's some question as to what happens when I get it. For now, we're going to assume that once I get it, I can lay it out, and then it's just there if I ever need it again, rather than taking up space in my hand. If we find out differently, we'll change it. It doesn't really affect anything right now. So, as I mentioned before I started, I am a Dragonborn. I have a breath weapon, and because I have my pure blood advancement, I can affect all encounters in front of me, get -1. So I'm going to do that, and that just kills all my tokens. So that's all I'm doing this turn. And since I have less than 3 cards, I'm going to draw my 2. And then I'm going to spend my gold. I'm going to spend 4, which is what I start with, to get this Confusion, which is a blue spell card. And it goes directly to my hand. So I actually have 5 cards in my hand now. And I am done. So Brad's you.
All right, since this is, I'm going to use my nimbleness ability to choose 1 encounter attacking you during the first round of a scene, and it does no damage. So I'm going to tag this corrupted hyena right here, so it won't do any damage to me.
Good call.
And then I'm going to spend my 4 basic cards for 4 points of damage to take out 4 of the tokens. And so that will leave me with 1, so I will take 1 point of damage. Then I will refresh my hand. Is that correct?
Yep.
So I have no cards, so I will draw 2.
2.
And do I want to buy anything? I'm going to. Rocky, do you want me to save that Cure Wounds for you since you got the Devotion class, or do you want to spread around the healing?
I would probably spread it around because
All right.
it can only be used during the person's turn.
All right, I will do that, and that'll go into my hand. I believe my turn's over.
Can you refresh the market?
Oh, yes. Healing Word.
Yay!
6.
But that's 6. So Healing Word lets you do 2 devotion damage, or as an assist, which means it has to be during someone else's turn, you can heal 2 different characters, 1 hit point each. Now, hold on a minute. I was reading rather than paying attention. And is there a reason you didn't kill that?
Because he didn't have the ability.
I didn't have enough.
I'm going to play a Bless, which is an assist, deal 1 damage of any color. So I'll kill that so you don't have to take as much damage.
Okay, well, I will take no damage then.
He was able to.
No, nimbleness. It allows me to, my nimbleness ability, choose 1 encounter attacking you during the first round of the scene. It does no damage. So I chose him.
Nifty.
Oh, yeah. I want to be that guy next time. Okay, so...
so now we would normally flip a Dragonfire card, but this is now round 2.
Yeah.
So we're still not doing that.
So now we're at -1 for the Dragonfire level.
You should put a -1 token. There we go.
All right, so when it gets back to me next time, then we won't draw 1, and then when it does again, we will. All right, so... has anyone taken damage? Just me.
Just you.
You're lucky that way.
Okay, well, I can do...
What is the creature type of your encounter?
A beast.
Okay.
It is a corrupted hyena.
I'm going to go ahead and use Cure Wounds. So like I was saying, you use the abilities first. I'm not going to use that. So I'm just going to use that. It heals any character 1 hit point. I'm going to heal myself. Kind of greedy, but that's where I'm at right now. I'm the only one that took damage. And then the devotion class, I can do 1 damage, so I'm going to do 1 generic to that. And then I'm going to save my other card. Then I take 1 damage from this. I replenish, so I draw 2 cards. Ooh, there's my magic item. Ignore it. So my magic item is a detect magic. So I'm going to consume it to... It just says it has to be... Draw 1 uncommon card. Yeah. So it just says to consume it, which means remove it from the game. Draw 1 uncommon card, ignoring requirements from the magic item deck, and place it in your hand. Return it to the deck at the end of the game. So we've shuffled these, but I'll cut them to be fair. These are all the uncommon magic items. And I got a Cloak of Protection +1, starts and remains in play. So it'll just go in play. During your turn, discard 1 card to prevent 1 damage from 1 encounter whose color matches the discarded card. That's amazing.
Nice.
And I get that till the end of the game. And then it goes back in that deck. So I only have 1 gold, so I can't buy anything. So I am done.
All right. So unfortunately, I think Rocky covered this earlier. I'm not 100% sure. But when you're trying to do damage to the things that are in front of you, there's a damage track, and you have to do them in order. So for me to attack this goblin, I have to do 1 point of martial damage first. I don't have any cards that will do martial damage, so I'm kind of stuck for the moment. But I am going to play my confusion card, and it says 1 humanoid or giant encounter, which my encounter is considered a human, must save. And the way this works is you reveal the top card of that deck, and if it matches the same color, it saves. If it doesn't, it fails. So I'm going to reveal the top card of our creature deck. It's green, not black, so it does not save, so that's a failure for it, which means it does not do any damage this turn, and it in turn does its damage to something else as colorless, but that's not going to do anything, so it doesn't really matter this particular time. I'm going to go ahead and use a stealth card, even though it doesn't do anything, but I want to get rid of it because I need to draw 2 cards because I need to get to my martial card. So
You
now,
also get 2 damage there.
oh, well then hold on.
So 2 plus the colorless, yeah.
Yeah, then I actually can do that. I can get rid of the top
Okay.
level of Rocky's cards. So look at there. Reading is fundamental.
Eat that in old pack.
So I'm going to draw my 2 cards. Still didn't get my martial card. Yay!
Why would you?
So I am done. I have no money, can't buy anything, so I'm done.
Well, so you'll take 1 damage.
Nope. It,
Oh no, it failed, didn't it?
Yep.
So, where's the little ampersand? You put that on there
hold on 1 second, guys.
just to mark it.
'Kay.
You put that on there to show it failed,
Gotcha.
and then you can take it off at the end of your turn. And you can't buy anything, can you?
No, I have no gold.
We need to kill some stuff.
Yeah, we can't get gold, which gold experience is kind of the same thing, but we can't do that till we kill stuff, and tokens don't
Did
count.
you have a red?
I did. For some reason, I was thinking I can't. Yeah, so I am terrible at this game. I was thinking that you can only use assist cards to help other people, but on your turn, you can actively attack anything. So I actually would have done the red level on yours as well. That's why I keep you around, Rock. Keep me honest.
I'm trying to win this game. I need that 2 XP.
All right, so I will spend 1 colorless, my affable card, and a red deception card to deal the 2 remaining damage points to the corrupted hyena,
Okay.
taking it out.
And
how
once
much
it's
gold
about,
is it?
It's worth 4 gold. So we start 1, 2, 3, and 4.
That's my favorite part of the game. Just getting gold and it ain't even my turn.
Just getting
I didn't do
gold.
anything. I didn't do anything, but I
Now
got gold.
you're
So because that's not in front of you, you don't take any damage from it.
right, and your HP is capped, right? You don't
Correct.
have an open end track. Okay.
Correct.
Right. All right. So since I have less than 3 cards on my hand, I will
Do
draw
you
up
have
to
a
2.
martial card?
I do not.
Okay.
I do now, but I do not.
All right.
And I think that's it for me.
And I got great news.
What's-
I don't have a martial
Oh,
card
great.
either. So,
That is great news. Yeah.
And the problem is mine also takes. That's my fishing net. Somebody got a fish.
Is that what it was? Something like zip tie.
So I also cannot do that. So. Oh. I'm going to use my Cloak of Protection +1. During your turn, discard 1 card to prevent 1 damage from 1 encounter whose color matches the discarded card. So I'm going to prevent the green damage by discarding a Grace. And I'm going to play that to do the 1 green damage to it. So I just have a martial damage left to kill it, but it won't deal damage to me this turn.
All right.
And then I am going to. Oh, look at this! This is a brilliant strategy here. I'm going to buy a javelin for 2 gold, which has an assist ability on it. And then I am done.
Okay. Would you like to assist me?
I will.
Fantastic.
So I'm going to use a javelin on his goblin pack to do a martial and a generic. So if he can do 1 more generic, it will completely take that out.
And I will do so. And then I will go ahead and play another one, even though I don't need to, just to get down to 3. So this is worth 5 gold. So I get 2, you get 2, Rocky gets 1.
Makes me feel like my javelin wasn't as.
I know. It seems a little underappreciated there, doesn't it? All right. You have Marshall. I don't have Marshall. So I'll draw my next 2 cards. Hey, look, a Marshall card. All right. So I am done. I'm going to hold on to my gold for now. So it's to you, Brad. Do you hopefully have a Marshall card?
I do. I will use my martial guard to attack that null pack.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So that takes it out. So first of all, we get 6 gold.
All
So
right, I have
everybody
less
gets
than
2.
3,
So
so I'll
2.
draw 2. Everyone gets 2 each, you say?
Everybody gets 2. I'll give you a 1 if you give me a 3.
That'd be great. Rocky, can you do the same?
All right. So
Because it's the first time doing a short rest, I'll read it.
okay. So yeah, now
'Cause
we're
there is
in.
an order to it.
We've completed the first scene, so now we go into what's called a short rest. Basically short rest from D&D, but it's ruled for this game, so it's a little different. So Rocky's going to cover that.
So there's basically just 4 steps, and you do them in order. The first thing is remove exhausted tokens. We didn't get one, but if you get stunned and you go all the way down here, you get an exhausted token in addition to some other stuff. Hopefully that doesn't happen, so we won't have to cover that. You heal 1 hit point, so everybody heals 1 hit point. I think I'm the only one that benefits from that, because you can't go higher than your max. And then you can purchase cards, starting with the person to the left of the player who ended the previous scene. So Brad ended the scene, so that would be me. Any cards that requires X purchase, so expertise, for instance, says requires a deception purchase, which means you have to have played a deception card to purchase it. You can't buy those during a short rest. So wow, this is amazing. So Flaming Oil does a martial and 1 generic, and it says deal Flaming Oil's damage to each encounter facing 1 player.
Wow.
Every token is considered a separate encounter. So I'm buying this because, yeah, we're about to face a bunch of
Tokens.
tokens.
All right. I'm going to
And I
spend.
can't
Hang
afford
on.
Healing Word, or I'd buy that instead.
Another flaming oil.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, I was about to buy Missy Step, but I'm actually going to buy Flaming Oil instead.
Strategy.
And again, since we bought it, it goes into our hands.
Yep.
And I have 2 left.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You can only buy 1.
Okay, well, then I'm done. Mr. Rulesmeister.
And then features and magic items in play. Unless they specifically stated otherwise, features and magic items in play cannot be used during a short rest. So, yeah, mine doesn't say that. So that's the end of this scene.
I will not buy anything, and I will bank for later because the cards I want I can't buy right now.
Yeah.
So now, at the start of the scene 2, we use all of the rules above. So we're going to place the encounters, and we're going to place 4. We're going to place 4 encounters. So we can go ahead and do that.
Red.
So it's red, so it goes to him first.
Another corrupted hyena and a displacer beast.
Okay, this is bad
Yeah, that's bad.
because now we place tokens, and if it doesn't match your color, you're going to get 1 token. And if it matches your token, hold on. Please, for each non-location encounter. So you're going to get 3 and 3 because both of those are red, which is your color. That's hard to be a part of.
Good thing we got 2 flaming wells in our hand, isn't it?
Yeah. What does can you tell me what's the surprise effect?
Surprise!
Of Displacer Beast?
Each player places 4 cards from the top of their deck into their discard pile. If a player has fewer than 4 cards in their deck, they don't reshuffle to discard more.
Hold on, say what do you do?
Ooh.
You take 4 cards from your deck, you place them in your discard pile.
If you have less than 4, then you discard cards, right?
No, it says they do not reshuffle. So if you have less than 4, I think you luck out.
Okay. I have 4 exactly, so basically my discard pile becomes my discard pile again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you just don't
Yeah, you just don't reshuffle to get rid of more,
Yeah.
but you reshuffle when you run out in your. You run out here, right?
Not until you're ready to draw. When it'd be time to draw, then you would.
Okay. I guess because there are things that can affect your discard pile.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then I also have a surprise effect. So cycle 1 martial card in the market.
There's only 1.
There's only 1, so that one will get discarded.
Another expertise.
You have to start buying some of those, man. Get them out of our way.
Well, I can't buy them right now because they all require me to play red cards.
Oh, actually, we've already messed up.
Shocker.
I did forget that if you do not buy something, you're supposed to cycle one of the cards. You
Oh.
get to choose which one, though.
In that case, we're gonna get rid of. We're gonna get rid of this expertise here because.
Well, no, that wouldn't have been
Oh,
there
okay,
because we
well
just
then-
got that from.
Fine, we'll get rid of this one.
This one.
But yeah.
Well, there's another expertise.
Oh yeah, there's another expertise, so get rid
so
of that.
get rid
one.
of that one.
Because on my last turn, I didn't buy anything.
I didn't either.
But that doesn't include the short rest.
No, I did buy something because I bought flaming oil. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Okay.
Oh, brains.
And then the half-red Dragon Veteran actually has a save of +1, which means he draws 2 cards. And if either of them are black, because he's black, then he saves. But he has a Vanquished ability, so when he's defeated, choose a character, and that character heals 1 hit point. So, yay.
So we've covered saves. So again, if a creature makes a save, you draw the top card of that creature's deck. If it matches colors, it passes, which means it's going to pass roughly 25% of the time because there's 4 colors. Characters also have a skill check they have to do, which is they draw the top card of their deck and it needs to match their color. So if you're buying cards of your color more often, then you're more likely to save those. Brad's the ones that's most likely to do those because there's a lot of deception cards that allow you to make a skill check in order to do a thing.
I also have Lucky, which lets me re-roll failed skill checks.
Oh, nice.
Failed skill checks.
Is it just once per, or you basically get to try
When
twice?
you fail a skill check, you may reshuffle your draw pile and check again.
Okay. So it's still only one time. You don't
Right.
get to do that in
But
perpetuity.
it's not, once per encounter.
Right. That's pretty awesome. then.
So
All right. Does the dragon token stay with you or does it move?
Yes, so it would be the person to the left of who finished the last encounter. So
it would be
stay-
you.
So it still stays with me.
Okay.
3, 3, 1, 1. So now you get to draw 2 additional cards, I believe, because you have. Oh no, you get to draw 1 additional card because you have 3 or more tokens that were generated by this effect. I think you should get to draw 2. It's a bit harsh. Yeah, those tokens are going to be useless. I'm going to kill them on my turn anyway.
speaking of which, isn't it your turn?
I have a shambling mound over here that needs 3 green in a row. That
I have no green
that would be nice.
in any row.
And what is the box around the generic mean?
The box means that you cannot do level damage to take it out. So some of the cards will say, like lightning bolt, it says deal two levels of damage to one encounter. So that would be like the green and the green, which you could do that with lightning bolt. But that box means it can't be level damage. It has to be specifically for generic or like 4 of a color. It cannot be a card that says level damage. I don't think any of the ones out there say that. No. That's a pretty good card, though.
All right, you ready?
Okay, so start of my turn, I'm going to play a good old-fashioned Flaming Oil.
Why do you only have one card?
Because I only have one card. I
Junior,
played it as I discarded that one to block the damage, and then I did the assist.
but that was last turn. You should
Yeah,
have
don't you
replenished.
just draw up?
You should have drawn
replenish
2
at the
at the
end
end
of
of your turn. And then you bought a javelin, so you should have at least 3 cards in your hand.
But you know what? No, he played those out of turn on assists.
But when we did when we did the short rest,
Oh, he replenished as part of
thought
that.
we did.
No, I just didn't. I bought a javelin, and then
Used it for me,
yeah,
and I think that was the end.
I
of-
didn't draw. I should have drawn 2 cards and then bought the javelin, but I just was so excited about using the javelin, I bought it, I think, and then didn't.
Yeah, you're supposed to
I
replenish
didn't replenish.
first because buying cards doesn't affect your replenish. It's like if you bought 2 and now you have 4, you should still get to draw your 2.
Got it. So you replenish first, then buy.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Now, these tokens now do 1 damage, or sorry, 2 damage, but they have to take 1 generic to kill them. So, I'm going to play that, and I'm going to play this. So, Flaming Oil, I do this ability first, deal Flaming Oil's damage to each encounter facing one player. I'm going to choose Brad. So, it's going to do a Marshal and 1. And so, during the damage dealing phase, it would do all that damage and kill all those guys. What's his top level? So
1.
That will take out his generic.
Right. That's why I put a tracker on him there. I'll mark it down on my turn. Right? Because it only happens. It happens on my turn, right?
No, it happens right now.
Happens right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this red I'm going to use to take out this one. And
We're still in trouble.
and then yeah, the 1 in the generic doesn't do any. Oh, wait a minute.
It's okay. I can take care of it.
If you can do a red to one of those, then we might be able to take something else out rather than.
Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my Cure Wounds. Oh wait, everybody's at full health.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to waste that. I'm going to take 4 damage if I don't kill my token.
Oh.
Well, then take care
I mean,
of it.
I could do Cure Wounds, but the
'Cause
healing is wasted.
I'm going to take 2 for a while until we get to 3 green. I'll be dead in 3 turns.
Well, yeah, so I'll save that to heal.
Not necessarily.
But
I mean, you got your confusion and stuff like that, right?
Not in my hand.
and it doesn't affect plant.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm gonna take 2 damage. Wait a minute, that's not black. Okay, so I just take 2, taking me to 7. And I have no gold, so I will not buy anything, and I'm done. I mean, I would definitely do the 1 generic.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what my best options are.
Do you
'Cause-
have any red at all?
No, I have a flaming oil, so I could help you with your half dragon veteran. I could probably get a couple of those levels down for you. I don't have any green. Or I could do nothing and do my flaming breath and take it out and keep all my cards. So it's just how much do I want to do for you?
Well,
What does
that's
your
not going to help him, is
breath
it?
weapon do?
it does 1 damage to everything in front of me, colorless. So it would kill my token. But that's all I could do this turn.
Oh no. I'd rather if you went through this because then I can do the green on my turn.
Okay, so I'll do Flamin' Oil on you, which does 2. I'll do another one, which is 3.
So that's the first one.
I'll do this green on me. I'll do this blue on my token, and then I'll do 2 more on you. So I've got your top 2 levels. I got my token, and I got the first level of mine. And then, so I need a marker. So I'm taking 2 damage. I'm at 4. And I have 2 gold, which I don't think will do anything. So
Did you play red? By
no,
perception
I did not.
or faint? Okay, so
I mean,
you
you
didn't
can
buy
still buy
anything
that.
this turn. No, that you can't buy it because it requires a. Oh no, it doesn't. Never mind.
Only those
So
two.
yeah, you could buy that and then get a red in your hand.
But the skill check he's gonna fail most of the time.
Because I only have 1 other red card.
Oh, actually,
If anyone normally listens to us, you'll know I sound really weird. I don't know why. I went to the doctor for something. They gave me some medicine, and apparently I'm reverting back to puberty and my voice is changing.
so when it says skill check and it doesn't say what type, then it is based on what type you are.
Ah,
So in
Ooh.
his case, it would be an arcane. He would be looking for a blue card.
Oh, well, then
And
I'll do that
If
then.
you're successful, you would take 1 gold from the supply.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. And then it assists, it does 1 red.
Okay.
So then you could still do 1 on his turn. But
Alright.
then you won't get the 1 gold. Or you don't have the chance to get the 1 gold.
So this demonstrates how quickly this game can turn. Because we went through that first scene pretty easy. We're about to get wrecked on this. Because it's going to be bad pretty quick.
And actually, this goes away.
Yeah, so next,
So after his turn,
we're
you
going
get
to do
draw
Dragon,
Dragon.
which can make things infinitely worse. All right, Brad, it's on you.
all right, it's on me.
Do you have at least enough to get through that? Because
Yeah,
I'll do
yeah,
the
yeah.
red for you if you need me to.
No. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can take care of some things. Okay, I was gonna try and hit the displacer beast for 5 to get past that, but I needed 1 more card, so it's not gonna work.
Again, I can do one of the reds for you, and that gives you another red. If that will get you through 5.
Did you have an assist
I have an
card?
assist
Oh yeah,
red.
then if you can do that, that will be good because I'll only take 1 point of damage this turn.
Okay, so I'll do that.
Are you able to?
Yeah, I'm going to use my nimbleness to block him from doing me any damage because it's the first round of the encounter.
Gotcha.
So
Okay,
he won't do me any damage.
So I'm gonna use my red assist and do 1 point of damage of red on your displacer beast.
Okay. Then so we've done the 1 point of damage onto the displacer beast. I will spend 5 colorless to deal to him, and I will hit you for a cure wounds.
So it gives me 1 back.
Yes. I'll
Perfect.
give you 1 back. That will take me down, and I have no cards left, so I will stock up to 3.
So you took 1 damage.
I will, yes, have taken 1 damage. You take damage at the end of your cards, right? Or is it
Yeah.
at the end of your turn?
After you deal damage, they deal
Okay.
damage.
So I'll take 1 damage
And
from the
then you
displacer
replenish,
beast.
And then you
Replenish. All right.
mark.
And then I go marketing. I am going to buy. I think I'm going to buy.
There's a healing word sitting there.
Mhm.
We're gonna need that.
Would you look at that? If you save it, if we start killing stuff, then
We're gonna get a ton of gold quick,
yeah.
but I'm gonna be dead before we get there. I'm afraid.
I can also heal 1, so that will basically cancel him.
Because I can do
Fine.
1 green, which gets me 1 closer, but we still got to
I
do
can do
4.
1 green as
I'll
well,
buy that healing word
but then yeah, you have to do 4 generic.
Yeah.
for Cloud of Daggers. Come out there. And that is my turn.
Looks like Sheepish is following us on Twitter, or on Twitch, I should say. I don't know if you're actually in chat or not, but hello and thank you for following.
Actually, If you were able, how much gold do you have? Anything?
I have no gold. I spent my last 2 on that.
Excellent. Well, that won't help them. I was going to say you could buy Cloud of Daggers and get rid of him.
Yep, I have 5
If
gold.
if we could do this.
If we start taking some stuff
Yeah,
out,
I'm done. I'm done.
All right, so I'm going to do Cure Wounds. And I'm going to...
do me.
I'll do a green to your Shambling Mound.
Yay.
And I'm going to heal any character 1. Technically, the 1 damage doesn't happen, but that's fine yet. But I'll heal 1 character 1, so I'll heal you.
Thank you.
And then if we kill this guy, we get to heal 1 character 1 hit point as well. So, but I'm going to take 2 damage, taking me to 5. And he takes a 1, and then I'm going to draw 2 cards. I'll level up. And then I'm going to buy. I have 0, so I'm not going to get anything, and I'm done.
All right. Do you have anything that would get rid of the 2 and the black on yours? Do you have anything to assist that would help?
I can get rid of the black and the green.
I can take care of the glory. So black of 1, right? Glory of 1. Yeah, I can do that.
I have a black, so I could do a black on my turn, and then I can assist with any color.
Well, I'm saying, do we want to gang up on this right now? Between me and him and you, can we take this out right now?
Do you have a cantrip?
I do.
Okay, if you can take out the displacer beast with your cantrip, then I'll get rid of that thing.
All right. Boom. That's dead. And then you can take care of this.
Yeah, I'll take care
All
of
right.
that.
Then I'll play my other green over here. So I'm down to, I need 4 generic to take this out.
So it goes. I get the first gold on that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's mine. 1, 2.
No, because
3.
it's his turn.
Oh yeah, it's active player's
Okay,
turn.
that's
So
fine.
start with me.
So 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
All right.
That's right. Active player turn. Okay. So displacer beast is done.
How much gold is that worth? 4? 5.
That was worth 5.
All right, and
So
then
you 2 got 2.
Yes.
Okay.
all right, and then I take my 2 damage and I'm done.
Okay, it is
Did someone
my
add the
turn.
healing word?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna need help to get to 4 over here.
So actually, during his turn, you should probably use the healing word
Well,
and give us each one.
that's fine. I can do that, but then that would prevent me from taking out the would prevent me from having the green to.
I can use the green for that, if you can do the other 2.
Okay, so you can throw out an
Or
assist
the-
on that.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, then we'll do that healing word for you guys to heal.
that was technically during your turn.
Right.
Right.
And Michael, you didn't buy anything, so we shuffle the deck.
All right. Let's
So
get
I
rid
think
of
we should get rid of a Misty Step because there's already 2
let's
out
get rid
there.
of Misty Step.
Magic Missile.
Ooh, that's what I want.
Lightning bolt.
That's magic missile.
Deal
1 point to
deal
3
an
different.
arcane to 3 different encounters, or assist deal 1 generic up to 3 different encounters.
So if we get tokens next turn, that's a good card to have.
Yeah.
All right, so it is now my turn.
It's Jared.
Rocky,
It's a lot of fun. I
you
really
are
enjoy
going
it.
to you are going to assist me.
Yep.
Cool.
Deal 1 damage. I'll deal a green.
So that's another one. So you got that, those 2, and there's the glory to finish that off.
And we each get 2 gold for that one. I'll take a 3 for my 1.
Well, this is 9, so we each get 3.
Oh, I thought it was 6.
He's looking
Math.
at it from your guys'
Yeah.
perspective.
And does that have a vanquished effect?
And the vanquished effect is choose a character. That character heals 1 hit point. Not sure who picks that, if that's me or you. I'm assuming it's your turn, so you pick who.
Well,
gonna
I'm
say-
down 1, but I've got more than you, so why don't you take it?
all right, I'll take it. All right, and then I will refresh up to 3, right? Or 2. It's 2.
I think it's 2,
If
unless
you
you.
have 3 or less, you draw
It's
2.
2. That's right, 2. Okay. I spent a red this turn, or a deception card, so I'm thinking, with my newfound wealth, that...
I can't do the red on that.
Can you get to 4 over here?
No, I've got 1 card.
Oh, well, that's great.
I'm going to faint. Not actually, but you know. Ooh. Hey, Rocky.
Yes.
Augury.
Yes, that's a great card.
So this actually.
Were we supposed to draw the Dragonfire?
Yes. Yeah,
we
Dragonfire
were.
comes out on your turn. So it's still my turn right now. I'm finishing up.
Oh
my
yeah,
turn.
after this.
So that Burning Hands would pair very well with Magic Missile.
I'm gonna buy
I'd be able
this
to do 2, 2, and 2.
because I got a lot of red going. I got a lot of red going
Yeah.
for me.
Actually, you do.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to buy that. That's the devotion check. It says.
Oh yeah, you don't want that one. That one's. That's a me kind of card.
All right, so I bought one, and there we go. My turn is over.
All right, and my turn.
Dragonfire card comes out.
Oh yeah. This is our first appearance of the Dragonfire card, which is basically like a random effect that affects the whole table.
Fireball.
That sounds painful.
Great.
A bright streak flashes from a pointed finger, unerring, unstoppable, pulsating with barely contained power, and with a growing roar, it blossoms into an explosion of hellish flame and heals everybody for no, it doesn't. The arcane character chooses a character to take 2 damage, then deal 2 consecutive levels of damage to each encounter facing that character.
Well, I can't do mine. It's immune.
It can't take level damage.
So that's you, Brad. So you
I'll
take 2
take
damage,
2
but
points.
That's good.
but it kills your thing there.
No, it doesn't. It takes it down to
To
it's
one.
got a red and a
Oh,
blue.
I didn't see the red there. I thought
But
the
the
red.
great news is I can do 1 damage to it.
Boom. And that
Excellent.
hyena is done.
I will replenish.
I'll set this over here because I keep knocking it off. So clearly, that's not where it needs to be.
Now, are you able to do 2 colorless damage to that on your turn?
On my turn, I can do 2 colorless. Yes.
Okay, well, I can provide you with the other 2.
Perfect.
So I need to decide if I'm buying anything. I think I'm going to buy Augury. Because, yeah. So Augury just says 1 in a devotion damage. And
I want to talk into the mic a little more. I want people to hear.
Augury just says 1 in a devotion damage, and I do a devotion check, which means I have to reveal a green, which is more likely for me. On a success, I reveal the top Dragonfire card, and I may bury it, which means put it on the bottom
Oh,
of
we
the
just
deck.
pull that forward 'cause you're leaning forward, so.
So that goes in my hand. All right, so that was 3. And then can you replace that one?
Oh yeah, I totally can do that. Cure wounds.
Ooh,
Nice.
another good one.
All right, my turn.
Correct.
I'm gonna do 2 generic.
And I will do a javelin, which does a generic and a martial.
Perfect. So that kills that. We get 7 gold.
And it's Rocky's turn or your turn?
My turn.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't pay myself.
Yeah, 3.
3, 2, 2.
I owe you what, Michael?
2.
Here, just give me those back. Because you get there.
Okay. Now I'm going to buy.
There's a 1 there I threw at you too. So yeah, throw that one back.
All right. So I'm definitely going to take Magic Missile for 3.
Opportunity.
And then I'm going to take that Cloud
Oh,
of
that's cool.
Daggers for 5.
That Misty Step seems pretty good.
And then I get to draw my 2. Oh,
Basically lets you cycle all your
I am loaded cards.
cycle all your regular cards.
Yeah.
All right.
That's pretty nice.
So we are now into short rest.
All right.
So everybody heals a hit point.
Oh, actually, sorry. So because we defeated that encounter, this one doesn't go to the Dragonfire pile. It goes on the bottom.
Yeah.
So
Some of the Dragonfire do something when you draw it. Some only do things if you discard it, which you only do if you fail to clear the scene at that round.
yeah. And then some things happen if there's cards in the Dragonfire discard. So right now the Dragonfire level is considered 0 because we don't have anything in there. So the first thing we do is remove an exhaustion token. Then we heal 1 hit point. then we may buy something. I'm not going to buy any.
So you can cycle.
Who ended up killing it, me or you?
It was on my
It was
turn.
Michael.
Your turn. Okay. So you will become first, I believe. And then
Is there anything you want to buy, Michael?
I don't think
no,
so. Oh,
no, you buy first.
Oh, I buy first?
Yeah.
Is someone going to buy that Cure Wounds?
I only have 2.
I can't.
I would buy it later, but I can't buy it right now. So if you want to buy it, like, we do need the healing, but
Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy this opportunity for 2, because that'll go into my hand, and maybe if it comes up, I'll buy that one depending on what comes out next.
sounds good.
Because opportunity lets me buy a card immediately from the deck. Lightning Bolt.
Oh man, I wish I was at my gold.
This is what I told you. For 7 gold, Lightning Bolt requires Arcane to play. You can't play this card unless you played another Arcane card this turn, and deal 2 consecutive levels of damage to an encounter. So that would not have affected the Shambling Mound, which flavor-wise makes sense anyways, because it's lightning to a plant. So now we're at the 3rd round, and so far we've just got really lucky. We've been able to do the stuff, and we've kept our Dragonfire level at 0. So we haven't drawn from the Adventurers level 2 deck, which is great because we don't want to. They're all much worse. So, but for this last round, we're going to draw 5 enemies. The first one is red.
So that goes to me, right? Because I'm...
Yep.
Oh, yay. A Gorgon.
And then it's going to come to me. Oh, the good old owlbear.
Centaur. So if we hadn't cleared that scene that turn, and the Dragonfire deck had one in the discard, our first card would have been from the white deck.
Yes.
So that's why we haven't drawn. We're not going to draw any from that deck this turn or this game. But that's why.
Okay, so there's 2 people. Is there any? So there's a surprise effect, which is Dispel Magic, which is not good because I have a magic item, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna have to save or something, and then probably murder me.
Yeah, I've got a surprise action over here, too.
All right, read yours while I'm looking this up.
Surprise! Make a skill check. Failure. Draw only 1 card during replenish until Banshee is defeated.
Oh. So you draw the top card of your deck. It needs to be red for you to pass,
It is.
and then you can still bury it. It goes on the bottom.
Bury it. Okay. And it says strength underscore. What's that about?
So that means, so there's a thing
Oh,
called
is that when you get down
Yeah.
to there? Okay, so
Well,
it gets stronger the more you damage it.
once you deal a damage below that, that's called a tripwire effect. So once you deal a damage below that, which in this case is 1 generic, then that takes effect, which means he'll be stronger.
Yeah.
Once you show that to the camera, Brad, since you're over there.
Okay, will do.
So
this-
Dispel Magic says this effect discards from that player 1 randomly determined active card with remains in play.
So, yeah.
See that line?
So you
under
see the
that
line underneath
first,
that 1 green?
Like
So it's
right,
You got it. It's a
right there.
Tripwire effect. That's the first one of those we've had this game. So once you've done damage below that line, it triggers something, which is the card will tell you what it triggers, which usually means it gets tougher and it's harder to defeat.
So our Dragonfire is at, what are we at, 2 now?
No, because
No, it's
we're
at
at 0.
We're at 0. Okay.
Because there's no Dragonfire cards in discard. So I lose this.
Oh,
It gets discarded.
Why is that?
Because the
this-
surprise for the Dryad is Dispel Magic. So
Oh.
actually, as a rogue, do you have a thing that lets you... Is there a thing that lets you move the surprise if you pass a skill check or something?
I don't have that ability.
No,
No,
okay.
I only have a skill check one and a nimbleness, which is saved my bacon.
Well, Nick was playing a rogue that had an ability where he could do a skill check, and he was a rogue. He could do a skill check, and if he passed, he could move the surprise from a creature to any other player.
Got it.
And so that would have
been helpful.
helped because that only affected me, and so that's awful. Now, so you did your surprise?
Yeah,
Okay, so then
Tokens.
now we do tokens. The only one that matches
is me.
is you, so you get 3 and 1, and then I get 2, and then his matches, so he also gets 3.
Now, are these tougher?
These
These
are now 2 generic and 2 colorless.
So 2 damage, two colors,
So-
generic to hurt.
So they have 1 level that's 2 generic, and they deal 2 damage on your turn.
So they're 2/2s.
They're 2/2s with trample. All right, so now this is the last scene. So if we complete this, then we were successful.
Huzzah!
If we do not,
Then
we're not successful.
We're not successful.
Okay, so it's going to start with your turn.
Wow.
Yeah, I told you the game can turn on a dime.
This was the swerve. This was the swerve.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. I don't think.
Now you have your 1 power, so you're going to be able to ignore 1 thing.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of your encounters humanoid or giants?
Mm-mm. No.
Okay.
Neither.
Okay, so let's do this.
Let's see what happens.
Surprise.
Because I'm about to lay some waste to things.
Are
Okay.
you? That's awesome.
So the
But
Gorgon,
the colors.
I'm not going to attack the Gorgon at all.
Yeah, but-
until it's done.
but the Gorgon actually has an ability where if the Dragonfire deck is 6 or more, it would gain 1 attack strength.
Right.
So
That's why I asked what the Dragonfire was.
so
at.
yeah, it's not at that point. So we're
Mhm.
good.
No, I'm more concerned about its Terror Tripwire ability that you can only play 1 card and cannot assist. So
Yep. That is terrifying.
I am going to lay off the Gorgon and deal with the Banshee.
Well, right now you need to deal with the tokens because it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage in this turn, and you would be murder-rated or stunned.
I see. Okay. Well, in that case, I am going to.
Oh, actually, we need to do the Dragonfire deck because you're
Wait until the Dragonfire deck occurs.
cursed. This is probably good. I remember that feeling. I do. The dregs of fear and the hopelessness of a battle long since lost. Taking every last scrap of strength to swing a blade, to even recall a bit of the magic, at times to place even 1 foot after the other without falling. At the start of your turn, make 2 skill checks. Failure, for each, discard a card.
No,
Also,
I have great cards.
And then, additionally, Dragonfire of 7+,
Which we're not anywhere near.
which we're not near. But had it been that, it would say, if you fail both, discard your whole hand.
Oh,
So we're happy not to be there,
Yeah.
but this still sucks. And I don't know. I'm assuming.
okay, so we each make 2 skill checks.
I think I
That
may.
means at the start of your turn.
Hold on a minute. I may have made up that rule about moving the first player token, but because it would matter, because I could play the augury, which would end up getting rid of that. But that's okay. We're playing it like this.
Well, I mean,
We're-
it would seem reasonable this first player token moves. It moves in every other game.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to make my first skill check. That's a red. That's a success.
Yay! No, it goes on the very bottom.
Goes on the very bottom. That's a red. That's a success.
Yay! So
Alright.
discard your hand. No, I'm just kidding.
So I can do a ton of generic damage on my turn, but I'll get stymied by any of those colors. So I don't know, like, what the best option here is.
Okay.
But we also have a crap ton of tokens.
So how are you guys on? How's your damage? Do you have damage?
like health?
Yeah.
I'm at full.
You're in full. Okay.
I'm not. I'm at 7,
All
and
right.
I'm about to take.
Here you go. Take 1. Heal 1. I mean.
Okay.
Um.
Did you guys all heal 1 during the short rest last?
I did.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. And then I am going to feint. Play my feint. Or a well, no, I'm not going to do that. Actually, I'm about to take a crap load of damage.
Yes, you are.
And I have no way of surviving any of that at this point.
This is the
so-
first round of combat, so your nimbleness would take care of one of them.
Right, that'll take care of 2 points, but I'm still going to get taken down by the additional 8 I have coming at me.
You can't do any damage at all?
I can do 2 points of damage. I'm still going to get taken
Oh,
down.
that'll still
Which
take...
would take down 1.
Right.
Because whatever you don't kill goes to Rocky.
Well,
Oh.
no, it doesn't, because he'll just be stunned.
Oh, right. You'll be stunned. But then next turn when you die, it'll
Yeah,
all
I'll
go to Rocky.
Okay.
And I'll say, thank you.
Now, would you think? Okay, so do you think I should take down one of these tokens, or use my feint to hit the
blue?
blue here, or the red here?
No, you don't want to do either of those, because that's damage below the wire,
I don't know, trip it.
and it activates it.
Okay.
All right. Well, hold on. Because I have some assists over here, and I'm taking 1, so I should be okay at least for a little while. I can do...
Oh, just 2 clouded daggers.
Well, it does. It is all colorless levels on 1 encounter are
Oh, never
-2.
mind. I
So-
thought it did too.
Right.
You
So
know.
I can take out one of your tokens, or I can make your Banshee negative. That 4 would be a 2, the 1 would be a 0, and the 1 would be 0. So for two a green and a blue, the Banshee's dead. Or no, 2 green, sorry. Do you have any green you can do?
Mm-mm. Not on his turn.
Because that would be pretty awesome if we... Do you have any green in your hand, Brad?
No, but I can get green in my hand.
But you'd have to do it now.
I know. I can get green in my hand right now
Oh.
because I have. I
Yeah,
can,
but that doesn't do...
But it doesn't do
That
green
doesn't do any
damage.
damage. So I'm saying is I can't do the green, but I can do everything else on your Banshee on my turn. But I can't do the
Is
green.
there anything out here that we can use to our advantage? No, it's not going to help. Misty Step, what's that do?
Here's what you should probably do. You should sacrifice yourself and be the martyr. For
Oh,
the
I'm
game.
totally going to sacrifice myself.
So if you can buy this and use it straight away, because what happens when you get stunned? We'll go through it real quick.
oh yeah, you can't draw, right?
Well,
Right, but you get...
well, you do, but when you get stunned, you take your whole hand, your whole discard, and your whole entire deck, and you shuffle them and draw 1. So if you can buy the Cure Wounds and use it on someone else, and then it will be in your deck, and it might be the one that you draw.
Okay, sure. I'll do that. I'll buy that. I'll heal you, Rock, because you're still down, right?
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do that,
Cycle the market.
and then I get stunned. Right?
Yep. Because you're going to take 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So
Cool.
any damage more than that is, it's just ignored.
Okay.
So you're stunned, which means you shuffle all your cards together. You no longer have anytime during your refresh phase, you only draw 1 card,
okay.
including the turn you get stunned, which is this one. And you do not have a market phase, but you still get money. So if we defeat anything, now the Tower Shield comes out.
Well, good thing it's just in time for you to buy.
Man, that's awesome. But I can't afford it. I've only got 2 gold.
Okay. Well, that's that for me.
Okay, so at the start of my turn, I'm going to make 2 skill checks.
Oh, every turn we have to make 2 skill
Yeah.
checks. Oh man.
That's what the little swirly symbol means.
Yeah. So, so you might lose your 1 card.
So I did pass.
No, it'll be okay.
So that gets buried, and then I draw another one, and I passed, and that gets buried. So I get to keep both my cards, which is good. And now, probably I'm not going to pass this, but I'm going to use Augury to do 1 in a devotion, and right now I do a devotion check. Failed. So I don't get to do that. I don't get to do the special ability, which is look at the thing, but I still get the damage. So I have 1, a green, and a black. And these are all 2 2s. Can anybody do 1 damage?
I
Like
can.
it's an assist or...
I can do Magic Missile, which will do 3, 1. I can do 1, 1, and 1 to 3 things.
So if you did 1, 1, and 1, oh, that would be perfect.
Okay. 1, 1, and 1.
Oh, wait, would it be perfect? Yeah, 1, 1. So I'll do 1. That will kill him. Actually, I'm going to do the one to him. The one in the green.
So you have still one token
kill
unless you can
him.
do one more damage.
Well, I'll kill the token, but I won't be able to do the first level of that.
Okay.
So I'll take 3 points of damage. Taking me to 6.
Yeah.
Draw 2 cards. Is there anything that costs 2?
Perception.
Oh, now I would have passed. So, which would let me do a red on your turn.
Doesn't help me any.
No. Didn't help anybody really. So I'm not going to buy anything. Instead, I'm going to cycle a card. No, I'm not going to cycle perception
Oh, okay.
because it's only 2.
Do that Misty Step. I'm not going to get it. If I get any gold, I'm going for that lightning bolt.
Yeah, but I might get that.
Okay, never mind, never mind.
Okay.
No, I won't worry about it. Another lightning bolt. Now, hold a minute. After the owlbear attacks, discard the top card of the market deck. Actually, this would have been discarded.
Okay, so
And what color is it?
green.
Oh, no, wait.
This is blue.
This was discarded.
Yes.
So it was blue. Move the owlbear to face the character whose color or class color matches it. So it's going to go to you. This is awful.
Fantastic. Well, that just changes a few things. All right. So I went ahead and looked. I passed both my skill checks, so I'm good.
So those get buried on the bottom.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is cast Flaming Oil. Does 1 black, 1 colorless to everything I'm facing.
That's good.
So all
Kill
my
both
tokens go away.
All 3 tokens.
And then this is down to 1, and that's down to 2. I'm going to cast my Burning Hands, which does +1 damage to all non-basic cards, which means I would do 2 blue and 2 colorless there.
Now hold on a second. Because if you apply this first, like your damage isn't going to happen actually. Technically, you play all your cards first.
Yeah.
So you could save the black and the colorless, and if you do reduce it by 2 colorless, that's going to get rid of 2 of his levels. And then if you, this is going to do blue, blue, and colorless. So you'll do blue, blue, colorless. So if you reduce it by 2 as well with that, you'll get rid of those 2 levels.
Right. But I was going to try to take
And
out some
all
of
your-
his stuff over here.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So I got rid of, because I can't get rid of either one of these, because I don't have a green, I don't have 2 black. So nothing I do is going to get rid of this.
Doesn't the flaming oil deal 2 black?
And that is 1 black to each thing.
Yeah, a black and a generic.
Right.
So can you do 2 more damage to that, and then
Well-
you can do at least the first 2 levels of it?
Well, hold on. And then I also have this, which will do blue, blue, colorless. So I have 6 damage that's blue that I can send out at this point. 2 would take care of this, or I could get rid of it and I'd only have the green left. Or I can do 5 and maybe do some stuff over here and help you guys out.
Well, I think take him down.
So
Okay.
I have this. I'm doing black and a colorless to everything.
Well, I think you have to do that, so that's going to take him out.
Right, boom, boom, boom. This is now at 2 and a blue. So I can do this, which is 2 blue.
Let's take him down.
Do you need additional damage? Because I can give you a red if you need it.
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to get everything. I'm trying to help everybody as much as I can, because I'm going to take damage as well. And then essentially I think that's where we're at.
Okay, but that's just from this, and then this on that.
Yeah, so
Takes that down.
so
So
I
all
ha-
you need is a green for that. So this is gone. So you still have
I have 3 damage.
generic and blue, blue.
So I can take care of that 3. So basically that's correct. So I'm down to 1 green, a black, and 2 colorless, and I've lost everything else. And then I take 3 damage, which means I'm halfway to dead. And I will be dead on my next turn.
No, he won't.
And then I am done. So I'll draw 2 cards. All right. Brad.
Did you buy anything?
I only have
You
1
just
gold.
one?
That's what I was trying to figure out. If I wanted to try to kill that, I would get 10 gold. We'd get 3 each, but I don't have a green.
Yeah.
Actually, I have 2 greens.
Well, you get 4.
So you got to do a skill check first to see if you keep your card.
Well, hold on. No. This is gone.
Oh,
So you're the first player. So we discard that. That becomes a Dragonfire of 1. And then we reveal this one. Cursed Treasure. A few coins must have fallen from a pocket or through a hole in the bottom of someone's pack. Maybe a pouch was forgotten at the last campsite. Sorry. That's all it must be. Gold pieces don't fly away of their own volition, right? When this card is placed in the discard, each character loses 2 gold. If the Dragonfire deck is at 4+, instead each character loses all their gold. So, what we want to do is not have any gold remaining this round. So that when that goes into the discard, it won't matter because there won't be anything to discard.
Okay, well, I don't have a market phase, so...
well, you should have 1 card in your hand,
Right.
So you have 1 card in your hand.
and then you do you don't do a skill check. So can you do anything with that?
I
1
can
card?
I can deal 1 point or 1 red. I can deal 1 point of damage. I could also buy a card that costs 3 or less. There's only one option for that, which is Perception, which...
Doesn't
Did
do
you buy a
anything.
card?
No.
So did you cycle
Oh no,
one?
I did not
All right,
cycle.
I'm going to cycle this out.
Okay.
Well, don't cycle that. That's the cheapest one. Cycle something expensive.
Well, but if we start killing stuff, we're going to get a lot of gold. So
Okay, Expertise has been out here a long time.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is awesome.
If you
That's
buy
great.
that, is that an assist?
Yes.
Because you could take this out for me. And then I
Sure,
wouldn't
we'll
have-
do. I'll buy
Well, I can do that during my turn, but
Oh.
still,
It's okay, I'll do it.
It's still good to have it.
Because I'm going to be out right after this anyway, so...
Oh, actually,
Yeah, you're going to be dead.
you don't want to buy that because you're not going to have it.
Because when you go unconscious now, you're out until the scene is over, unless someone heals you.
Okay.
Do you have any healing?
I don't have it.
Well, no, I can use it on my turn to deal damage.
Well, no, oh yeah, because it does do 1.
Right, it does 1
Yeah,
damage, so
true.
that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, sorry.
There we go. I'll take 1 gold back.
All right. So then we all get 4 gold.
Boom, and
And it does a red too, doesn't it? The
It-
other one.
well, it does, but
Yeah.
okay. So when you play that, both effects happen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it also deals an additional point. I
So
don't
you have a
any-
green and a red to deal. So you can deal the green to that one.
and that's
Yeah,
it.
but then there's nothing else that can take it. You know what I mean? It's just it's an extra red.
I can deal the green, but there's nothing with 2 generic anyways.
Right.
Oh, actually, yes, there is. Like you can take one of these out for me because they're going to come to me next round.
Okay, sure. I'll do that. I'll
So
take
you
one
want
of
to put
those
this
out.
back?
Because
And-
I can take that out, no problem. And then that way, because now when you take damage, you're stunned.
Right. I was stunned, and I'll go unconscious.
So now everything from you comes to me. I don't like that.
Not random or anything at all.
Nope,
No.
just straight left.
To the person to your left.
That's brutal.
And unconscious just means you're out until the
Scene
end of
is
the
over.
scene.
Or if one of us can heal you, you immediately go to 1 and draw 2 cards.
Got it.
But he's going to die, and then I'm going to
save yourselves.
We're dead.
Maybe.
This game can just like, you think you're doing well, and then you did.
Mm.
We've played it again 5 times. We've won once.
We've played correctly once as well.
Yes, and that is the one time we won.
And-
But I'm not sure there's a direct correlation there. I think it's a little bit more off-ended than that.
Hmm.
All right. So if you can take out one of mine, then I will last 1 more round before I would be dead.
Okay, well, let me...
Is it assumed
me
that
see here.
everybody is leveled up when you play this adventure?
Not necessarily.
No, this is
the
level 1
This is
adventure.
level
Oh,
1.
okay.
We played an alternate level 1 that you're allowed to play up to 5 times to like practice and level up a little bit.
Got it.
So we played it 4 of the 5 times we're allowed to play it.
Hmm.
Beat it once.
What do you mean you can only play it 5 times?
I read in the thing is you're only supposed to play it 5 times. Every time you beat it, you get a magic item. And you can't get more than 5 magic items from it.
So you could have 5 magic items going into your first adventure, your second adventure, really.
Yeah.
Oh, well, killing him only gives us... All right, well, I'll kill him
That's
anyways.
it. Well, it gives us 4 gold.
So that's...
2 for you, 1 for the rest of us. Brad.
Well, no, he doesn't get one.
Oh, so 2
Why
each
not?
gold.
Unconscious people don't get gold.
Oh,
Hold on, let Brad do it. I'm gonna stretch over there.
I thought you said unconscious people do get gold.
You're not
Stun
uncon-
people
yeah.
don't.
Oh, stun people
Stun
do.
people still get gold, but they
Unconscious
don't have a
people
market phase. Unconscious people
Makes
don't
sense.
get gold.
Can you hand me 2 gold?
Yeah, I can totally do that. Do you got 1?
Okay, and then
Replenish the marketplace too, please.
my green doesn't really do anything because... All right, but I'm not dead yet. You counted me out. I have 1 card in my hand. So I deal the damage. I'm going to take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That will stun me. And then I shuffle.
We're dead. It's all over.
Don't listen to him.
Rocky wants to play it out, but I know that we're already beat.
Not if I draw my card that gives me health. Because then I will be unstunned and I will draw 2 more cards.
Yep, that's gonna happen.
He has no faith.
I have 0 faith.
He has no devotion.
None. 0.
That's why he's playing the arcane character.
That's right. I'm smart, and I know we've lost this game.
Yeah, we did, but don't tell him. It's not what I needed.
Okay, so it's my
you
turn.
Sure you don't need to draw again?
I didn't really shuffle those very well. No, I'm just kidding.
I will take out both of your tokens before they come to me. And I'm not going to buy anything.
Well, the owlbear will deal 2 to you. And then it will flip the top card of the market. Oh, great. It comes to me. And we lose a bless. Oh, wait. I didn't buy anything last turn.
Yeah, you didn't buy anything.
Hold on a second. I could get this. And then assist. It does 2 and a green.
That doesn't matter. We're so screwed.
You have such a bad attitude.
I do.
We're going to survive. You watch what I tell you.
We're beat.
Can you do a black?
And I didn't draw one either, so I can't do it on my next turn.
Hmm.
Hurry up.
All right. I'll buy this then.
Okay, so we're then replenish. And then flip this to see if it goes.
Hey,
in.
it comes to me.
Well, you're dead. So I think
I know
it
it's
stays,
gonna
with,
it's gonna come and eat my corpse.
so it stays with me.
All right.
That's your turn.
Now it's my turn.
You have 1 card. and
2 cards.
You bought 1.
So I will do. I can't gain any health. So I will do 2 and 2 devotion to do 4 to the
Banshee.
deal 1 level. No, doesn't help. To do 1 level to the Banshee. And then I will be murdered.
And they all come over here. On my turn, I can't do anything, and then I'm dead.
There you
And
have
there
it.
you go. Yep. That's Dragonfire. We're now 5. No, we're 1 for 6.
And actually, one of those 1 for 5 we would have won because we got down to the last card.
And we got screwed up.
But because of we wouldn't have had as far in the Dragonfire deck. But
So
we,
anyway, hold
we
on.
still get experience.
Hold on. Well, yeah. Quickly tell how experience works,
Okay, so
because we're just going to sign off at this point. We'll just do the first game.
for this one, experience, we get 1 XP per scene. So we made it to the 3rd scene, so we get 3 XP. And had we completed it, we would have got an additional 2 XP for a total of 5. There's 2 optional scenarios. We didn't do those, so they make it even harder.
All right. Well, there you go. Hopefully, you learned a little bit about how Dragonfire works. I really like it. It's a lot of fun, even though we lose a lot. I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to leveling up my character and being a little tougher, maybe get through some of these. So, Brad, anything from you before we sign off?
Yeah, it was. Honestly, it was a lot better than I thought. I wasn't sure what to expect coming into this, but I was pleasantly surprised and enjoyed it.
All right. Anything from you, Rocky?
I love it. I'll be writing a review pretty soon. I've already started it, so
Cool.
you'll see that.
Well,
on the
thank you,
website.
anyone who's watching now and anyone who might watch in the future. We're going to go ahead and sign off here and then probably try it again without the camera so we can go a little faster. Thanks. See you next time.